How's it going, guys? Panther Films here, and today we're going to be reacting to Season 1, Episode 6, the series finale, potentially, if there's not Season 2, of Secret Invasion. This episode is titled Home. So yeah, last episode we learned Gravik's true intentions and what he actually wants from Fury, and that is the Harvest, which is basically the Avengers DNA that was taken from the Battle of Endgame. So that includes Captain Marvel's blood and DNA, potentially Hulk's blood, Thanos' blood, anyone's blood in the Battle of Earth, right? And because Gravik has that machine that gives him powers, he's going to use the Harvest to gain Avengers powers. So that's going to be pretty crazy. And I wonder if Fury's going to go through with it. Because at the end of the episode, Fury got the Harvest and then went on to go talk to Gravik. Or give it to Gravik. So we'll see. However, he did say it's time. Like, he called someone up before the episode ended. I wonder who he called. Because why would he call Gravik up and say, like, oh, it's time? I don't know. And we also had Talos basically be confirmed dead. He was burnt, he had a Skrull funeral, or somewhat close to a Skrull funeral, because I guess Gaia managed to get Talos' body out of the road where they were attacked in episode 4. I don't know how she did it, because it feels like we skipped the scene, because I remember in the trailer she was curled over something in the trailer after like a battle happened, because it was smoke everywhere, there was cars on fire and stuff. I guess we missed that scene, and they cut it out to have shorter episodes for some reason. And speaking of shorter episodes, this episode is fucking like 38 minutes. That's ridiculous. If you count credits and the intro, it's probably down to like 34, 32, something like that. But yeah, we did have two decent choreographed scenes last episode. One with Gravik, where he got betrayed by his own people, and he just lost his shit and killed all of them. And then you had another scene with Gaia and Vara defending their Vara's house, I guess. And then you had this guy that was just hanging there on a rope because they shot him before he could even rappel down. You also had a very fucked up scene with Sonya where she just shot the Skrull right in the head because he was holding his wife hostage. Granted, I don't know if it was his wife because Skrulls, they might be faking it, you know. But still, she just fully shot him in the head, blood everywhere. Jesus. But yeah, like I said, the episode ended with Nick getting the Harvest with Sonya and then saying it's time. He put on the eye patch. If the eye patch is on, that means Fury's back. So we'll just have to see how this episode goes. I'm very worried though, because it is 32-ish minutes, like I said, if we count credits and the intro. So it might be a bit rushed. I don't know, I don't have a lot of faith when it comes to Marvel finales other than Loki. Shit, dude. Yeah, that basically sums it up. So let's stop doodling around with this shitty recap and get right into the fucking episode.
What was he looking for?
Something he called the Harvest.
I love how last episode Fury said, "Why do you think I came back?" Even though we clearly said last episode that he didn't know about the Harvest. Wait, so their blood's purple? Why is it sometimes red?
This number. You sound far away. Are you?
All right, I'll let you go now.
You don't have to if you don't want to, darling.
Take care of yourself.
Is that guy still hanging there? Wait, so why is there guards here? But when Gaia was trying to escape, there was no guards. Oh. Oh. Fucking dumbasses, there's no one in it. Jesus. What was that cut? That was a weird cut. Fuck this intro, dude.
So unless you have some actual evidence to back up this ridiculous false flag proposition, I suggest you move on to doing what it is you were summoned here to do.
I don't get why Fury didn't just, like, shoot Rhodey last episode. Or Skrull Rhodey.
Sir, this is the Russian tanks taking positions on the Finland and Ukrainian borders.
Oof. Weird timing for that.
They need to understand who's responsible for this. And it's the Russians, 100%.
Did the President not hear Fury last episode? Yeah. Everyone's dead. Yeah, the radiation. He's gonna die. Unless it's someone else, like Gaia maybe. Because Gaia was going somewhere last episode, right? There's no way Fury would just walk into this.
You have to get him out of there. Fury's headed straight for you.
Why are we concerned about Fury? We got enough security for him.
He wants Ritson stopped before the bomb is launched. Move the president now.
Duh. Sonya's smart. Oh, there he is.
Pull out pills.
Nah, this isn't Fury.
We're taking you to safety, Mr. President. Hey, we're moving the president upstairs.
What about the rest of the men, sir?
Tell him to start hunting.
Yep. These aren't Skrulls, right? Just Rhodey.
Fury, tell me you got a backup plan. Your Avengers on standby.
A costume, Fury. Do you not recognize this skin? This was the first human I killed. And you know...
And I killed so many more. And everyone I killed took a little piece out of my art.
You put us out to work for you, and when you were done with us, you threw us away. So,
Jesus.
first, I'm gonna kill you.
Alright.
And then, look at me.
Jesus.
You did this.
This actor's going all out.
The species you've spent your entire adult life defending. They were condemned to die the day I realized you weren't a man of your word. You really should have kept your promise.
You're right. Within a few years of searching, there was no other planet out there for you.
Makes sense.
Because it's easier to save the lives of 8 billion people than it is to change their hearts and minds.
True.
The last thing I felt before I flaked off relief.
Was it? You were literally like, motherfucker.
Do you know why I came back to Earth? You.
Why is he
I should have
on
taught
Dewey?
the harvest.
In exchange for what?
You leave Earth the hell alone and leave it now. Call off the strike and save your people.
That's not how it works. I don't think that's Fury. I think Fury's here. Because he was with Sonya at the end of last episode, right? Classified. Alright. Fury's gonna get powers, if that's Fury. Thanos? Valkyrie? Winter Soldier? Winter Soldier doesn't have powers, really?
No checking behind the doors. You
Sure.
really are a Skrull.
Just shooting. Why would Gravik do that? Because isn't Fury just going to get powers? Or is it only for Skrull DNA or whatever? That's not Fury then, if it is only for Skrull DNA. Ooh. It's Gaia. Ew. Yep. Because Fury was with Sonya. Makes sense.
I'm not here to hurt you, sir. But he is.
Just shoot Rhodey in like the leg or something.
You're fleeing.
Oh, great, a CGI fight. Ooh! Drax arm? Was that Ghost? How the fuck did they get Ghost powers? Whose powers are that? There's Groot and Korg, I think?
Don't call off the strike. You're going to kill the man he's replicating along with some of the world's greatest minds. He and other world officials are being kept in pods beneath the Skrull compound.
Wait, so they're exposed to radiation then? What? Ebony Maw? How the fuck? That makes no sense. Hulk leg? How the fuck do you get the Ebony Maw power? And the rings too, like what? Yeah, that's a place from Civil War. It's not.
You wait another minute, he and the rebel Skrulls will win.
God, the president's fucking stupid. Ah, great. Now, why do we need a Captain Marvel? Exactly? If we've got her? Oh, fucking CG, dude. Mantis. How does she know to do that? Oh, the CG, dude. This is literally what Marvel has become. Just CGI fights at the end.
Like your father, just like them.
Does Extremis not heal that? He's dead? There it is. For fuck's sake, Sonya. There we go. Rhodey's dead. So Gravik's dead. That was very unsatisfying. Wait, so how are there people underneath the facility? Aren't they exposed to radiation? Okay, there's a guy from the first episode. Is that Rhodey? How the fuck did they get Everett Ross? What?
Whoa, Colonel Rhodes, I've got you. You've been held hostage for a long time.
Fuck off, they've not had him since Civil War. You're joking, right? He's in his gown. He can't walk, he doesn't have the Iron Man thing. It has to be before Civil War or during Civil War.
I'll find you. And we will kill every last one of you.
What the fuck? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
For what?
Not being here.
Wait. So you're telling me that Fury and Sonya teleported from where they were at the end of last episode to the UK, and then somehow Gaia made it from Priscilla's house to Russia? I mean, Gaia's like the most powerful being on Earth right now.
Who are you?
A friend of a friend. Your people need a leader.
Mm.
I will use you, and you will use me, and together we'll make this planet safe for both our people.
Fair enough. Set up. I'm still a little bit unsatisfied, but classic Marvel, I guess. I don't know what I was expecting.
This is how the enemy got so good.
You took a bad situation and made it worse.
Jesus. How many are they?
Real. For the hit squad you inspired, kill off the Skrulls who still want to help us.
What the fuck?
Dumbass vigilantes killing.
No one would stop him?
There's only one way this ends. The old Nick Fury would have known that.
If you truly care about the Skrulls,
Get him off my planet.
That seems like set up for more. Like a season 2? Oh god. A green screen. How much does this show cost? Just curious. I don't like hating on it, but like, I don't know. I was expecting a little bit more from this.
Sounds like peace, doesn't it?
Yeah,
No, not really.
that's all I want.
The planet's at war.
Now that humans know we're among them, I'd like to use my birth name.
Kree said they're open to peace talks with the Skrulls.
Hmm.
You're the best diplomat the Skrulls have ever had. Please, come with me.
Is she gonna show up in the Marvels? Oh my god, it's E.T. Gonna kiss her? He's getting some of that alien fury. Jesus, don't flashbang me at the end. He didn't say Kobe Smulders at the end there. What the fuck? There's no after credit scene? That's a first in Marvel history. Well, not counting Endgame. But yeah, that was Secret Invasion's finale. Overall, a little bit disappointed by the ending, because, like, why did it turn into a CGI fight? Like, all that build-up and very grounded, like, spy thriller nature of the show that turns into this CGI mess in the finale? Like, come on. Like, it's literally the thing that She-Hulk made fun of in its finale. That all Marvel movies end on the same formula of CGI fights. Granted, this isn't a movie, but still, it applies to the Marvel formula. It just really did take me out of the episode. Like, just seeing Gaia with Drax's arm and fucking Gravik with Ebony Moore's hand. and then somehow Gaia knew how to use Mantis's powers. Like, I don't know, man. There has to be some kind of flaw in them powers, right? Because, like, one beam from Captain Marvel killed Gravik. So does that mean that Gaia can easily be killed by, like, the real Captain Marvel? I guess. Marvel nowadays is, like, throwing things at a wall just to see what sticks, right? For instance, Rhodey. There is no way Rhodey was taken by the Skrulls in Civil War. I don't buy it. Because that completely ruins the character development, if he was taken in Civil War. But just based on what he was wearing, based on the fact that he doesn't have, like, that leg brace thing that Iron Man made for him, which makes me suspect that it was around Civil War time that he was taken. But then that wouldn't make any sense, because Gravik didn't start doing what he was doing in this show until after Endgame, right? Or around Endgame. So how would that explain Rhodey being taken in Civil War? Like, why would they take him? Like I said, Marvel is just throwing things at a wall, so they can retcon shit all they want, I guess. It's fucking stupid, though. Because it really undermines that character development for Rhodey. But I'd be fine with it if there was more setup to it, right? Because the Skrulls, in a way, didn't exist until Captain Marvel, which came out just before Endgame. You'll tell me Rhodey was taken by the Skrulls before the Skrulls were even introduced to the MCU? Like, fuck off, no. Nah, I think he was taken in Endgame. Because maybe after the battle, like, he went for a checkup on his leg, and that's why he's wearing, like, the gown. And like I said, Gravik didn't start doing what he was doing until Endgame. And if it is a Civil War Rhodey, he's been taken by the Skrulls for, what, 6-7 years? The fuck? I just can't believe they ended this show, which people were saying is like the Andor of Marvel, which it kind of gave that vibes, you know? It was very grounded, it was very, like, spy thriller, just to end it with a CGI fight. Like, why? And also, that conversation between Nick and Gravik in this episode didn't mean anything. Because it wasn't even Nick. It was Gaia. Unless Fury was listening, which could be the case, but that wasn't clear. So it doesn't hold a lot of weight in the long run. Like, Fury's not going to take that information in that Gravik gave him, because it wasn't Fury. And clearly there's massive plot holes / writing issues with the radiation. If the radiation was toxic for humans, why the fuck did they have humans in that facility? Maybe the machines that they were in kept them safe, but why did they have to take them there? And not where all the other, like, people were? In that underground, like, warehouse or whatever it was. Which, by the way, that kind of came out of nowhere, didn't it? Like, Sonya and Gaia just found that facility. Bit random. So I guess Everett Ross must have been taken in between Wakanda Forever and here. You know what is kind of funny, though? I feel like Peacemaker, the TV show, did a better job at a Secret Invasion storyline than this did. Like, I watched Peacemaker a few months ago, and it was actually really fucking good, and I kind of wish I reacted to it, but it genuinely felt like a Secret Invasion story. Like, a better version of it. Like, you have these creatures that take over humans, right? And they blend in. Like, the characters don't know the difference between, like, the butterflies and the humans. Similar to the Skrulls and humans, right? Obviously, the butterflies weren't shapeshifters, but still. It was just done much better in Peacemaker. That's fucking wild. After this, I might go read some of the Secret Invasion comics, because I've heard that they're pretty good. And they're a lot more big in scale compared to this show. But at the same time, it makes you question, why the fuck wasn't this an Avengers film? I think it would have worked much better, to be honest. Like, you have the setup of the Rogue Skrulls, right, in whatever this could have been. They could have changed it into, like, a Fury show that's about the Skrulls starting to go rogue, right? And then that's a setup for the Avengers film. You'd have, like, Avengers Secret Invasion, which would be about the new Avengers team coming together and fighting off the Skrulls. And maybe it could be like a two-part or something. Instead of having an Avengers film lead straight into Secret Wars. Because that's a big event in the comics, right? So it's weird to have the next Avengers film be Secret Wars, Kang Dynasty stuff, and not have anything before that. Like, we had 3 Avengers films in the first 3 phases. Age of Ultron, Avengers Assemble, Infinity War, and obviously Endgame. too, but like I kind of consider Endgame and Infinity War like one film. I don't get why we just couldn't get like a new Avengers film or something like that. The new Avengers Secret Invasion would have worked. It does really annoy me too, because this show, like I said, started very strong. And I think the reason it got weaker as the season progressed is because of the length of the episodes. Like, we started off with like a 15-minute episode, and now we're down to like, what, 32-ish minutes? That's insane. This episode is another example of why Marvel just hasn't been doing it for me recently. You know? Like, the last show we had was She-Hulk. And that made fun of, like, this kind of finale. Like I said. It's just fucking stupid. Can we just get a different kind of formula? Now, granted, this show might have been filmed way beforehand, and it's just been in, like, production hell. Like, trying to get it out. Which would make sense. I just don't get why Disney Plus invest so much money into these shows and then have 30-minute episodes. I don't get it. I really don't. How the fuck are Walking Dead episodes longer? Like Dead City, which I just finished, had a better ending than a Marvel show. And this probably cost more than Dead City. Both the shows were 6 episodes. Granted, they're very different, but still, 6 episodes is 6 episodes. One has more budget than the other. Like, what is it with Marvel and Disney Plus shortening the length of the episodes as the season progresses? It's even like that with Mandalorian too. Like, Mandalorian episodes were cutting it short in Season 3. I mean, Season 3 of Mandalorian was just a disaster, but I just don't get it. Like, people are buying subscription services like Disney Plus for shows like this, you know, Marvel shows, Star Wars stuff, right? But if the episodes are like fucking 30 minutes, you've got no time to get invested in the storyline, and everything's going to feel rushed. Like, I don't get it. Because this episode did feel very rushed. Like, okay, Gaia's suddenly in Russia. Fury's with the president in the UK, right, I guess? Sure. Somehow Gaia managed to get the harvest off Fury at some point. When was this? When did this happen? I don't know. But I will say the setup for the president, like, hunting the Skrulls is interesting. Like, they just execute the Prime Minister. How did they know that that was a Skrull? I guess because, you know, they found the human body, right? So it's like, oh, this is a human version. That means that's a Skrull. Blast him. But it just baffles me how all them people that were taken were exposed to radiation. Is that even going to play into anything? Like, is Rhodey going to find out he's got cancer because of the radiation exposure? Like in Armor Wars or something? I don't know. Like, there was no setup for that either, other than just, oh, Rhodey's been there for a while. That was all the setup that we needed for Armor Wars. No after credit scene, nothing to tease what's coming, other than like Vara and Nick being in space together, or on Saber, which we'll probably see in Marvels. But it's crazy to me that the only Marvel Disney Plus show that's had a decent like run and a great finale was Loki, in my opinion. Loki was fantastic. Loki didn't rely on this CGI fest in the finale. It just relied on heavy dialogue and a lot of setup. And that had a season 2. So we got more of that in October, I think. So I guess like that's the next Marvel show we'll be reacting to, unless there's something that comes out before that, but I doubt it. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Loki season 2. I'm excited for it, because season 1 was great. And then you've got Echo. I don't know how many episodes Echo is, but I do know they're releasing it all at once, which might not be a good sign. But we'll still watch it. But yeah, I'd probably give this show like a 7.5 if we were to rate it. The show itself, now that we've got the whole of it, genuinely just felt like a filler show. Like, it was just there to fill the gap and not do much else. Because I doubt there's going to be any kind of follow-up with this in Loki and Echo and the Marvels, right? Maybe in the Marvels there'll be a little bit of it, like a throwaway line here or there, but that's about it. Which sucks, because this show had a lot of potential, especially from the trailers that they had for it. It was very serious, it was very gritty. It's just, I think they wasted the Secret Invasion storyline on a show like this, when they should have had it in an Avengers film. But that's just me. Yeah, that basically wraps up the shitty review. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I will see you for Ahsoka. Ta-ta! And farewell.